Welcome to the Baku City Circuit, where free practice for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix is about to get underway. This is a technical circuit which will nonetheless see some huge speeds with a near flat-out final sector that's twice the length of Shanghai's back straight. Let's see who can find the right balance in their setup today. I'm here with Anthony Davidson once again. Nice to see you, Ant, and I wanted to ask you about how you go about improving the car over the course of a practice session. How much would you say is already known from the pre-race simulations, and how much do you have to do, how much do you have to work on with a real car on a real circuit?
Well, that's a good question, Crofty, and I suppose the simple answer is that there's no such thing as too much information. As you say, the bigger teams have very complex simulations, vast numbers of clever people crunching the numbers back at base, but what they can't tell you is stuff like how the track condition's going to be, or what the temperature's going to be doing over the course of the day, and how all of that's going to be interacting with the tyre. There are so many millions of tiny variables involved in getting these cars around a racetrack quickly, but the computer can't tailor the car to a driver's specific balance requirements. At some point, you still need to put a human being in there and have them feel it through the seat of their pants. And that's why we end up with different drivers having different setups. So what I'm trying to say is, Crofty, nothing beats on-track testing.
Quick look at the classification at the end of the session then. Here are your top three: Hamilton, Raikkonen and Sebastian Vettel. Practice times are on the board then, but no points are on offer just yet. We'll be back with more F1 action soon. Interesting practice session there then. Let's remind ourselves of the top three, who are Hamilton, Raikkonen and Max Verstappen. That concludes an interesting practice session. Let's hope for more excitement as the weekend unfolds.
There's 2 minutes left in this session and we're in the drop zone. We need a quick lap or that's qualifying over for us.
Well done. That was a good qualifying performance.
Good afternoon and welcome to Baku. This was the arena, if you think back to 2017, of one of the most eventful races of modern history, with controversy behind the safety car, last-second overtakes, and a historic podium for Williams and for Lance Stroll. So let's find out what lies in store for us this year. It's time for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Baku City Circuit then, an unpredictable 3.7-mile track around the streets of the Azerbaijan capital. 20 turns for our drivers to navigate today, including the infamous Turn 8, one of the tightest and most challenging corners of the season. With me today, of course, is Anthony Davidson. Now, I want to ask you about Stoffel van Dorn. As ever, the threat of unreliability is never far away, and indeed they'll be starting out of position today due to a power unit component change. So it's going to be a difficult task to move forward from there.
Everyone has to deal with penalties or reliability issues from time to time throughout their career. You just have to suck up the pain and get on with the job at hand. Today isn't about performing a miracle to put the car back where it should be. It's about effective damage limitation.
We're almost ready to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. Sebastian Vettel has a clear track ahead of him today. He starts in pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Verstappen, Esteban Ocon, and Magnussen, Hülkenberg, Raikkonen, Perez, and Charles Leclerc, Grosjean, Sainz, Fernando Alonso, Joker, Ricciardo, Hartley, Marcus Ericsson, and Sergei Sorokin. Van Dorn, they've taken a grid penalty, and Lance Stroll rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
After the points finish last race, let's aim to keep the momentum going. Let's get the car up to temperature on this lap. We're learning the gears, so go through them all if you can. excess fuel. We'll be back on target soon. Don't wait too long to turn the engine down. Okay, clear. Our gap behind is 2.9 seconds. Okay, some information on signs. They're slowing down. It seems like there's some kind of problem with their car. The track is clear. Green flag. Some information on Ericsson. They are out of the race.
Very dangerous driving.
Approaching the pit window, you'll be on the softs. We're leading our teammate by 2.9 seconds. Box this lap, please. was a 1 minute 45.5. Our gap to first place is 42.9 seconds. Virtual safety car, reduce speed immediately and keep a positive delta. Is 15.3 seconds. We're not going to be able to run in this engine mode much longer. We're about a lap over target. Drop down to mix too soon. ERS deployment. It's time to use some of this charge. Perez is ahead of you. Our gap to the car in front is 1.1 seconds. They're on fresh super softs. Excess fuel. We'll be back on target soon. Don't wait too long to turn the engine down. London is behind you. The gap behind us is 1.0 seconds. They're on old softs. Their tyres are 13 laps old. The time last lap was a 1:44.5. Less than a lap of fuel now. The tank is empty. Our gap to the car in front is 6.9 seconds. Good job, you did really well. Super driving.
Great effort there from Ferrari to take the victory today. So, Ant, how exactly did they set themselves apart from the pack today?
A reliable car, that was the most important factor here. This was a real battle of attrition, and you could tell those at the front were trying to find a balance between running their outright pace and taking care of the car to reach the end.
So, here they come now, out onto the podium. Wherever you go, anywhere in the world, the prancing horse flags are dominant in the grandstands, and they're out in force again today. It's Ferrari on the top step once more. And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. Well, the lead at the top has come down after a poor result for our points leader. Moving on to the driver of the day then. Anthony Davidson, who would you go for?
Probably Stoffel van Dorn. You know, strong pace, good work with the strategy, just a very complete drive, I think.
On to the constructors then. Ferrari extend their lead at the top of the championship. There was also a strong showing from the Mercedes team today as they make their way up the standings. After all this drama, you'd be mad not to join us for the next race. We hope to see you then. Take care.
The fans really seem to enjoy that. You made it look easy. It's safe to say you're smashing everyone's expectations, isn't it? You really cut your way through the field today. What was your strategy? You had a close battle today, didn't you? You left a lot of paint on the walls today. Were you struggling for grip or did you just misjudge some corners? Great, well that's everything.
Great work. That's exactly the kind of result I'm looking for. Keep it up. It's time for us to renegotiate your contract. Here you can see the current deal. Once negotiations begin, the team will make you an offer. You can accept if you like, but I strongly suggest we push for better terms. We're asking for too much here. We need to make some compromises. They didn't like those terms. Let's try again. Okay, that proposal looks good. It seems all parties are happy with the deal, so it'll commence at the next race weekend. Remember to select a driver that you consider your rival from the rivalry screen on the workstation. Performing well against your rival can earn you respect and better terms when it comes to our contract reviews. Here you can see a list of eligible drivers to declare as your rival. The more challenging they are to beat, the more the paddock will respect you for succeeding. Just be aware, you'll lose the same amount of respect if you come off second best, so it may be wise not to be overly ambitious.